Usually, when I talk to you about climate change in some way. Tonight, I'm going to ask that we acknowledge and agree that climate change is a really serious problem, and then we just put that aside. We've agreed on that. And just look at the world on which we live and what we know about it. We know that well over half of all the wildlife alive when I, an old man, was young is now gone forever. That's not like losing the dusky seaside sparrow. That's half of everything. We've lost them two different ways. We've lost whole species, the dusky seaside sparrow, and we've lost population densities within species. And that's happened to almost every kind of creature there is. We know that we're losing our bees. We know that we're losing all these things. There's a tendency, since we know that the climate is changing, to take all these losses and lump them together as climate change and say if we get rid of carbon emissions, we'll fix this. But we know, science knows, that that's not the case. Science knows for sure that there are myriad causes, and we know that we're killing the bees with various pesticides. We know that we're killing all the bugs with various pesticides. We know this. Everything, literally, every animal, bird, fish, and insect in the world, except a few which are particularly well suited to the kind of stripped bare, nearly dead environment we leave them. All the like rats and cockroaches, our garbage, things that eat our garbage, and carp and starlings. All of the other things are dying off. We know that. Okay, now take that fact and set that aside. We know that the deserts of the world are getting larger and the arable land is getting smaller. Once again, currently, the temperature's only gone up about 1.5 degrees. And that's a big problem in terms of tornadoes and hurricanes, thunderstorms, and lots of things. But that's not where the water went. The water went to mismanagement. Countless different kinds of mismanagement, all of which factor in here. We know that plant species are going extinct faster than we can find them. We know that the rainforest is being destroyed. We don't know, because we've forgotten, that the temperate forest, which made up a great deal of North America, already has been destroyed. We know that all of these things are caused by our actions as humans, not by the fact that we emit carbon, but by our actions in the aggregate. This is an absolute certainty. Now, here's my question. What is the basic philosophy that says my personal comfort is more important than every living thing on earth? Because that is the statement we have made. We may not have known it when we made it, but that is the statement we have made, And that is the statement we are living up to. None of the things I just talked about are caused or even significantly exacerbated by climate change. They are all caused directly by human mismanagement of the global ecosystem. We have the power to manage the entire global ecosystem, and with the power comes the responsibility. The accepted or politically acceptable, the only thing that can be talked about is climate change. It has excluded all other issues, not because we can solve it, but because we can pretend to. If we just talk about the carbon we emit generating our energy, if we talk about only that, then we can pretend that we can build machinery which will make that go away, which will make it be okay. Now, I think it's significant that there is no person alive who claims to know what machinery to build, or how to build it, or where to put it. That's a fact. Every machine they tell you about, this machine will do this job without emitting carbon. That's not the question. The question is, how do we live our lives without emitting carbon? And the answer is, nobody knows. I asked publicly recently on Twitter, what people would do if they found out that we could not solve climate change and keep jet planes. And I was virulently attacked just for asking the question. I was told that was the wrong question. That's the right question. Nobody knows how to fix that. Nobody knows how. Nobody knows how. All that crap about we could do this or we could do that. We can't do that. If we could, we would be. Business is there to make money. If you could sell the crap that solved global warming, climate change, people would buy it. The reason you can't sell it is because nobody has invented it. And nobody's ever going to invent it. And if they do, we've only got 10 years, 20 years, 5 years, 6 months, last year. Nobody knows. But nobody thinks we got much time. And none of that answers the question, what is the philosophy that says in order for humankind to go fast and have lots of fun and vacation at Disney World and have computers, it is acceptable for all the other life forms on Earth to be decimated? Because I do not believe that there is anybody who would look you right in the eye and say, yes, that's what I think. I think they would all say, oh no, we can do that. What we are doing is having the results that it is having. It's that simple. So do we go on doing this? Do we kill every last one or not? I think we need to really reevaluate our position as the apex predator on this planet.